Hey, welcome back to the Jameela Adams Experience, a podcast for women over 40 who are ready to speak up and shine out loud in life and in business. I'm your host, Jameela Adams, and today we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart, and that's podcasting as a platform. So, as you know, I've been podcasting now for a couple of years. God, it's almost 3. And I enjoy reaching out to you, giving you tips and advice. It's things that I experienced, hence the name, and I think I've said that before. But the whole point is that we've all been through some things. We've all learned hard lessons, either in business and in life. And we all have stories to tell. So if you're sitting there thinking, my story isn't worth sharing, let me stop you right there and tell you, yes, your story is worth sharing. So in this episode, we're unpacking why starting a podcast might be your next big entrepreneurial move, especially if you're looking to connect, inspire, and grow your business with authenticity and heart. I know for me, I wanted to start this podcast as an extension of my business, Jameela Adams at Your Service, where I help women over 40 turn their passion project into their main gig through web design and marketing. You know, I love talking with other women and getting an idea of what makes them happy and how to promote it. So with that being said, I looked into turning this podcast in the same way, turning it into a platform that will allow others to feel comfortable talking about their highs, their lows, and everything in between. So I wanted to have a place for other entrepreneurs and those who are still working a 9 to 5 but have a side hustle to say what's on their mind, especially us who are navigating the second half of arguably the best half of our lives, and to get out our experiences so that others can learn from them. I've always told my kids, make your own mistakes, don't make mine. And I mean that with all sincerity, but I also mean that for other people who are starting out in business, who are striking out on their own with their entrepreneurial journey. It's one of those things where we have to reach back and let others know, hey, I made it through, so can you. But there's going to be some setbacks. If you're strong enough to deal with it, you can manage it. So that's what we're unpacking in this week's episode, that entrepreneurs have, especially over a certain age, have things to share with others. So the downside with that is imposter syndrome loves to creep in and whispers in our ears that nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear our stories. And that's so not true. The thing is, we have to make ourselves relatable because those are lies that, they make us insecure. But the truth is that people need to hear what we've been through. So we're going to break it down. So are you going to start a podcast? Should you consider starting a podcast? Here's the reasons why you should. So main reason is podcasting builds presence, connection, and growth. That is first and foremost. But actually, this is number one. Reason number one. Your own personal platform, your podcast, is your space. You control the mic, the message, and the vibe because you control it. So it's your platform. Unlike social media, this is where you can shine. It's not about being perfect because trust me, when I started, it was far from, but it's about showing up and being real. Whether you're talking about lessons learned from your business mistakes or WTF moments in your life, because as entrepreneurs, our lives seem to spill over in business and business seems to spill over. So you need to have that voice that is going to be the signature in your platform. So reason number 2, inspire and empower your audience. Let's be real. There are days out there when we want to give up. I mean, I know I have. But it's always good to hear someone else push through. At least for me, it does. And it hits different because they were struggling. They were struggling to make ends meet. They were struggling to try to figure out what to do with their kids, so on and so forth. But they found a way to make it work and get their business off the ground. So with that being said, your journey might be that push someone else needs to make the next step. Just remember that. And reason number 3, you build trust through authenticity. People are craving real talk. I mean, if you ever heard other podcasts, you know that there's different personalities. People talk about many different subjects that align with what they want to promote. But the real them, the authentic them, always shines through. So you want people that have no filters, no fluff, just honest connection. And honestly, that is the beauty of podcasting. It builds trust like nothing else. So when we're talking about our business highs and lows, people get a chance to see us as we are, our authentic self. So when your audience hears you on the regular, they know and they like and trust you. At least they should. And I hope you guys feel that way about me. So reason number 4, you expand your network with one word, collaboration. I've been fortunate to have guests come on the show, and that's one of the reasons, or one of the ways you can grow your network is having guests on the show, sharing conversations in the comments, and sharing with other podcasters, and also with other business owners and entrepreneurs. You're learning from others, and that is ultimately what we do, and that changes the game for everybody. You'd be surprised who says yes to a podcast invite. The mic opens doors for everybody and everything. So reason number 5. Monetization opportunities. Yeah, you can make money off of this, from sponsorships to Patreon, promoting your business offers. I mean, I do that once in a while for my business on the podcast. Your podcast can't be your revenue stream if you build what the listeners love, and they grow, love, like, trust you. So, and finally, reason number 6, your podcast, you can podcast on your terms. You don't want to drop an episode every week? Cool, not a problem. You prefer interviews over solo shows? That's just as good as well. I personally like both because you have to put in a lot of effort into both. I love the research. I love talking with people prior to the shows. I can get an idea of who they are, what they're about, and do they align with the you like and how it works around you. I mean, once I learned how to add this, that, and the other and edit all that, I loved it. It's the magic of podcasting. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. I was saying I appreciate you and thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to the podcast. You didn't have to, and I appreciate you. And I want you to know that if you're going to start a podcast, it's okay to start messy. That's all good. You don't have to start clean. You can start scared. You can start small, but just start. Yeah, that's all you can do. You don't have to have all this fancy equipment. I mean, you can start with your phone. There's different type of apps. You can just talk into your phone and boom, you can do a live cast. But the whole point is start. And know this, you make your show what it is. You are unique. And don't get in that mindset that there's 1,000,001 podcasts. You're right. There's actually over, I could have told you the exact number. I'll leave it in the show notes if you're interested. Let me know if you're interested in how many podcasts there are in the world. Anyway, the whole point is, it's about you and what makes you unique and what your story makes it unique. So I want you to do me this one big solid. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your favorite business bestie. I appreciate it. And so until next week, I want you to be inspired, be inspiring, be encouraged, be encouraging. But most of all, I want you to be you, and I'll check you out next week. Take care.